Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope you are good. I hope you're well. It's another one of Tottenham on Tour's 3-question series. And finally, I'm joined with someone on my side of the pond, but not the same country. I am joined by my brother, Eugene. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How about yourself, Brian? Good to be
all good, buddy. All good, apart from when it comes to our football team, which we're going to discuss now. So, Eugene, first question for you is when or why did you become Levy Out?
So I'm somewhat a new fan. Started following the club when AVB came on. So somewhat new. I don't have all the history with the board with Levy. But I started to have serious concerns after Pochettino wasn't backed for 517 days. Of course, as we all know and agree, we were at the cusp of greatness, of doing some good things.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, when Poch wasn't backed and when he was sacked, for me, that was a huge blow. So I started to question Levy and the board. And then when Jose was sacked right before the cup final and he wasn't backed, and it was obvious that we were not at the same level anymore as we were under Poch. We weren't making the progress that I thought we should. At that point, for me, I didn't see a plan. I didn't know what we were doing. And at that point, I was Levy out and bored out.
There we go. Great answer. Second one is why is it important to attend the protest if you can get there? Obviously, you and me geographically can't get there. But most importantly for people, the biggest part about this is if you're worried that you don't want to go because you haven't got a ticket, there is a process that you can play a part of outside in the march arranged by Jay and Change for Spurs. So you can be a part of this. You won't have to miss the match because it's on Sky or TNT, one or the other, and all the pubs will be showing it. So Eugene, very simple question. Why is it important for fans that can attend the protest to get there?
As I've seen with other sports, and I've attended some protests actually for my NBA team. The protests, they work. Fans should be able to have a voice, and that voice should be heard not only by the board, but also by the media, who then can ask questions and who can then elevate the message. So instead of our fans fighting with each other and arguing about semantics and managers and players, it's key that we all focus on what the main issue with the club is. And the only way to elevate that message and to be heard as fans is to attend the protest and be, all as one, to demand change. And if the protest is big enough, if it's visible, then media is going to pick up, then others are going to pick up, and that the message is going to spread and put even more pressure on the board.
What a phenomenal answer. And then final question, Eugene, brother. What does change at Tottenham look like for you now? A lot of people like myself, is the change for us is the complete removal of ENIC and Levy from the clubs. They own not a single cent in the club. Some are move Levy along, so he has absolutely nothing to do with footballing matters and he can't do anything about it. Where do you stand on this question?
So both would work for me. And I think a couple of years ago, there were some rumors or some reports that Levy is going to step away from footballing operation and will only focus on finances, which at that time, I was happy with that. That would have been a welcome change. However, based on what we've seen, we all know that's not true. So I don't believe that as long as Levy is with the club, he'll be fine with stepping away from footballing operations. He'll always have his hands on it. If there was a guarantee that he wouldn't, as we all know, on the financial side, he's great. That'd be good for the club if he only dealt with finances. However, I don't see it. So the only way we can see real changes for Levy and the board to step down and sell the club. Obviously, we all know how difficult that would be given the valuation and all the real estate and everything else. But I don't see anything changing with the club top down until that happens.
Eugene, what wonderful and brilliant answers. Thank you very much indeed for joining me and doing this today, buddy.
Thank you, Brian.
My absolute pleasure. There will be more of these coming throughout Thursday and Friday, whenever you're seeing this one, whenever we decide to put Eugene's episode on. But please, people, like, comment, share and subscribe. And as always, leave it out. Well said, Eugene.